what you will hear about this evening is a description of the planning phase that we've gone through our district evaluation committee. You will then hear about the specific SEED requirements in an abbreviated version for both the teachers and the administrators. You will then receive information on where we are presently in the implementation status and moving forward where we will be going. So what has been done so far? We have an established district evaluation committee which consists of both teachers and administrators led by Dr. Druzilowski. Over the past year, the committee has participated in meetings offered through ACES as well as in the district. The intent of these meetings was to solidify the teacher evaluation model for West Haven. As a result of these meetings, we have an evaluation model for teachers with specific requirements, an embedded professional development schedule for both teacher and administrator support, a handbook in draft form, and an implementation schedule for moving forward. Throughout the course of this year, a consultant from ACES will be working directly with teachers and administrators to provide support. To date, she has already worked with staff at the high school and Washington School, as well as all administrators and department heads. This work will continue and support targeted support to all staff throughout the year. Furthermore, our evaluation committee has already met in September and will be meeting as needed throughout the school year and provide additional support to staff. This will be a venue for teachers and administrators to talk openly regarding the evaluation model, supports needed, and plans for moving forward. As Dr. Druzilowski stated, our plan was submitted and approved by the State Department of Ed. As you can see, these are our district members of our evaluation committee. We have teachers, administrators, and union representation from both sides, as well as central office staff. You will see we had a diverse representation of teachers across all grade levels and subjects, as well as various levels of administration, principals, assistant principals, and coordinators.
Self-selected, I might add.
Thank you.
I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the teacher evaluation part of SEED, but I had the privilege, honor, to spend all of that time going to ACES last year to sit on the committee, and what was most refreshing about that committee was it was administrators, teachers, department heads, central office staff, all in the same playing field, talking about what's best for kids and how we can improve teaching and learning in our district. And it was really nice because we asked hard questions, and when you go into the meeting and you thought you were going this direction, you'd hear other points of view and you'd really think about it and grapple. So the product that we have created and are put forth is very positive and was truly a unified effort. What's really nice about the teacher evaluation plan, and it looks like a lot of math, and we emphasize math, K-12 in our district, and the importance of math. We use math all the time. I'm not going to go over the percentages with you because it does get a little confusing. But teacher evaluation of the past was you would go in and observe teachers for 43 minutes. And now we're looking at the whole professional practice of what teachers do and recognizing teachers' contributions to the whole school community and the district as well. So what teachers will do is based on how your students perform is part of your evaluation, and what you actually do, your adult actions, is the other part of the evaluation process. So what you're really doing, and it's kind of simple, I like to think of it as a teacher improvement plan, which relates to the school improvement plan, which relates to the district improvement plan. Teachers will set 2 student learning outcomes. Those are specific to the students in their class and how they will perform based on the needs of the kids in your class. You'll also create an action plan that will help meet the school goal of how to get all stakeholders involved. At the high school, we're looking at school climate and parent involvement, so all teachers will be involved in that. And then you'll do one other aspect which relates to the whole student learning indicators, which is your area of focus. So there's really 4 components of what teachers need to do this year, which in the past was really just getting observed in the classroom. So we spent 2 days before school started learning the lingo, learning how to talk the talk, really de-stressing the entire process and making sure teachers were very comfortable with that. We also revisited this on our half-day professional development, where we talked with teachers specifically about revising those student learning outcomes, specific to the kids that they're now learning more and more about in their classroom seats, and we're revising that, and we're at various stages of revision throughout the district. But I would like to just say that it has been a great process from start to finish, and that teachers are really buying into it. And I have to say it started at the top down, and it's been very positive.
You will notice a lot of similarities between the administrator evaluation and the teacher evaluation. There are the same components that an administrator evaluation is comprised of as a teacher evaluation. We're looking at student outcomes, how our students are performing, and the growth towards achievement. We also have the practice rating. The practice rating for an administrator is based on the Connecticut Leadership Practice Standards, and there are 6 areas that administrators can choose to focus on to develop their administrative practice. So you'll see a lot of similarities. We must set as an administrator 3 SLO, student learning outcomes, so goals for our student performance. The focus is on student achievement and growth in academic areas. We also must set 2 areas of practice, areas of focus around our leadership practice, and the specific area of focus is referred to as a performance expectation, one of which must focus on teaching and learning. Lastly, all administrators must set a stakeholder goal that encompasses parents, staff, and students based on the school survey, which was administered last spring and will be administered annually moving forward. To further show the connectedness, I apologize, this is small, but we will get this up on the website for your reference. You'll see the vertical arrows showing how teacher and administrator evaluation interlocks. What we're doing impacts teaching and learning and student performance. What the teachers are doing in the classroom with students affects our evaluation as administrators. It's important to note here that the focus, whether it's on the teacher side or the administrator side, is really looking at growth of students, but growth as a professional in your practice, as a teacher or a leader, which will ultimately, by refining our teacher practice or our leadership practice, will ultimately support and impact student learning. And Stefania is going to finish with giving you some information on where we are presently and where we're going.
This is a graphic representation of our full evaluation schedule for this year. This year, approximately 50% of our certified staff members, which includes about 270 individuals, are on full evaluation. This includes our tenured teachers, who were already scheduled to be on full evaluation this year, regardless of the model, as well as our non-tenured teachers. For those of you who are not aware, teachers become tenured on the first day of their 5th year. We chose to stick with these 2 groups because we wanted to be very purposeful in our actions. We didn't want to go full speed ahead and choose all of our staff members at once. We wanted to make sure that we were doing this strategically and that we were doing it right. So that's why we went ahead with those 2 groups. You'll notice that all of our administrators are on full evaluation this year. That includes 26 of our building principals, assistant principals, and central office staff, and we will be evaluated by both Neil and Dr. D. Neil and Dr. D also assigned the central office staff to buildings to assist the building principals with their school evaluations of their staff. After strategically placing us into the 9 buildings, the ratio for a principal to evaluees is about 9 or 10 to 1. So it's a better ratio than we originally expected. Also, our department heads were trained to conduct, our department heads at the high school, I should say, were trained to conduct informal observations as well as reviews of practice to assist the staff at the high school. And we were all calibrated the same way. So regardless of who is coming in to observe you, we all are using the same rubric, and we have the same areas of focus that we're honing in on. Moving forward, starting next year, everyone will be on full evaluation next year. That includes all teachers and administrators. We are also introducing a new cohort of specialists to be evaluated. That includes school social workers, school psychologists, and speech-language pathologists. Again, we purposefully chose not to include that group in the rollout this year because the state rubric wasn't finalized yet, so we didn't want to move ahead without ensuring that we were doing the right thing. Also, we wanted to develop some professional development for them, specific to their needs, because their jobs, their professions are different than of teachers. With regard to professional development, as Nicole has said previously, we've contracted with ACES. We're working with a consultant that's very experienced in the field. She's providing small group training within the schools. Again, she was at a few of our elementary schools at the beginning of this year. And she's also working with the principals during our Principals Academy. We meet once a month, and she is focusing our trainings both on the teacher and the admin side so that we can be more knowledgeable about the system. And last but not least, we are also using Teachscape this year. Teachscape is a document repository as well as a data management system, which allows both teachers and administrators to complete all of their forms electronically and submit them to their evaluator. It also allows the administrator to schedule evaluations with staff. And most importantly, my favorite feature is that it has the capabilities of providing online training. So teachers can sign up for online courses and view videos specific to their needs. So for example, if I was a first-year teacher and I was having maybe difficulties with classroom management because it was my first year, I can log on to Teachscape and sign up for specific courses that would help me better my practices. So that was just a brief overview of the evaluation model. We'd like to leave you with this quote and remind you that our new evaluation system is truly a support model that looks to enhance both teacher and administrator practice. And in turn, our biggest goal through this evaluation process is to increase student achievement so that our students can be college and career ready. What are your questions?